Welcome to Better Life Today, and I'd like to welcome you to the new Better Life Today set. And joining me on this new set is my co-host, Jeanette Stark. Hey, Jeanette, how are you today?
Fantastic. How about you?
I'm super good. It's so good to finally be on this set with you.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, so long. And I guess we just want to introduce them a little bit. What are some of the things we're looking forward to doing on this new set?
Well, it might look like a regular set behind us, but imagine that we could turn this wall behind us into a safari. That's not a safari. Imagine you're herding cats. And then you're plunged into a jungle scene. Oh, make that
Man, you just never know what to expect.
Prehistoric jungle scene. And then plunged into an underwater scene.
That is so cool and super fun too, but I'm also picturing, we have the ability to do seminars where we have Bible verses and everything. In fact, I remember the first time we came in to record our new Better Life Conversations, and our old set, the old Better Life Today set was up, and it made me pause because there's just such realism to it.
Yeah.
So just looking forward to the flexibility we're going to have with this new set. Yeah. And I just wanted to speak to that a little bit and want to thank our donor for providing this incredible resource. Yeah. Everything we do here is by the generosity of our viewers and our donors. So I want to thank all of you specifically for this and just the ability to be in ministry together with each other and with you.
Amen. Well, let's begin our program today with a Bible question. And by the way, if you have a Bible question, we invite you to submit that to us and we'll try to tackle it on an upcoming program. You can send your Bible question to us, Better Life Today, P.O. Box 766, Grants Pass, Oregon 97528, or you can email us today at betterlifetv.tv. All right, from Matthew chapter 22, Teacher, which is the great commandment in the law? And he said to them, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the great and first commandment. And a second is like it, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments depend all the law and prophets. And again, that's Matthew 22, 36 to 40, and that's the ESV version. But what does it mean to love your neighbor as yourself? Charlie, what does it mean to you?
That's a tough one because I think we have an issue with even loving ourselves at times. So I prefer to look at how does Jesus love me, and how can I extend that same love? I don't even need to translate it. It's how do I allow that love to shine me toward other people? Yeah. And if that's the focus, is how he treats me, is how I want to treat others. Yeah. That's how we love our neighbors.
Yeah. I can remember my mom teaching me as a very, very young child the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And so if you put your decisions, your choices, your words through that filter, plus through the filter that you mentioned, through the filter of Christ, it's going to be good.
And I want to add that we can be very self-critical. So I think we need to be extending that same love and grace of Jesus to ourselves as well. Be patient. Be patient with yourself.
We are probably the most critical of ourselves.
Yeah. So we wanted to talk about letters. One of our favorite things we get to do every day is we have worship together. And in that time, we get to read letters. Sometimes they're prayer requests, there's praises. We covet the communications we get from our viewers. And we have it looks like we have a letter that we'd like to share today.
We do. This is a note from Peggy in Roseburg. Peggy wrote, Ageless of Oregon is honoring 4 people who are over 75 and still giving to their community, and I am one. A luncheon in Portland next Wednesday, of which she attended. She went on to write, I feel very honored. I pray my life will somehow be an influence for good. Please remember me in your prayer circle that morning. And she went on, but her faith is remarkable, and she's a bit older than 75.
Yeah, just a little bit, but we were able to visit with her on set on Better Life Today Conversations. Yeah. And I have to tell you, it's remarkable just engaging with somebody that has such a passion. And one of her passions is children. And I think that speaks to a lot of us, just that love of kids and being willing to stay engaged instead of, I'm tired, it's somebody else's turn.
Right.
She continues to express her gift and how she serves others.
And if this gal has any reason to be tired, or if anybody has any reason to be tired, it's Peggy. Peggy is 103 years old.
That's right.
And Charlie mentioned her love for children. She teaches swim class to 6-month-old to 2-year-olds at her local YMCA. She swims 10 laps 3 times a week, lives in her own home, drives her own car, bakes her own bread, grinds her own wheat. She just is a remarkable, remarkable gal.
She is, and one of my favorite anecdotes of Peggy is she was visiting with the mom of one of her students, and her mom shared with her that Peggy had taught this lady's father how to swim some years before that. Wow. So multiple generations impacted by her service.
Amazing. You can watch our interview with Charlie and Peggy if you go to betterlifetv.tv. By the way, just one piece of info that you will get from that interview is that she was married 79 years.
Wow. What a blessing.
79 years before her husband just recently passed away.
That's right.
Yep.
All right, we are going to switch gears, and one of the things we like to highlight here at Better Life Today is about service, about how people are engaging in their communities. And so we're going to talk about a nonprofit that is very special to our hearts. Introduce this.
Well, it's our next door neighbor. It's right. Dorcas, more commonly known now as Community Service. But Dorcas in the Bible was also known by her Aramaic name, Tabitha. I had actually forgotten that part of the story until I started making my notes for today, but she's mentioned in the book of Acts. She's known for her good works and acts of charity, particularly with the homeless and the people that were of lower income. She made clothes for the poor, just helped those in need.
That's right.
Yeah, just amazing woman. Thoughts?
Well, I like that Jesus has put in our hearts this service. We talked about that, about Peggy. And sometimes we get caught in the weeds a little bit about who should we serve. And I think the point is serve. Mm-hmm. And that's what they do next door at the Dorcas. Yeah. And so we're gonna play a little video that we've put together of what they're doing over there at the Dorcas.
My name is Michael Blurton. I am the Director of Adventist Community Services out of Grants Pass, Oregon, what we call Dorcas. I will tell you right now, this facility has saved my life. I've been a soldier my whole life, and coming here to try and do something in the community has been a humongous boon, a big pleasure. All my volunteers, once they start working here, they very much enjoy coming here to be a part of helping the community, and we help probably 450 to 720 people a month, just in food and clothing alone. We feed whoever wants to eat. Money always helps us. We function probably on $2,000 a day minimum just for things like feeding people, our power, our water, things like that, trash. So always we're needing help in that area. We are in pretty desperate need of hygiene kits and things like that for homeless people. We have a huge homeless problem here in our town. I'm also in desperate need for someone to help us sell things online, because I get a lot of antiques and things like that are hard to get rid of, and actually they're piling up in my facility right now. So there is a lot we do here, and the Lord always brings us what we need to do the job. That's one thing I'm very grateful for. But yeah, absolutely, if people want to come and help, I don't think they realize what happens here at Dorcas until they come here and see. It's always good to have volunteers come through and see what it is we do here, because it gets pretty busy here sometimes.
Well, truly fantastic organization, Dorcas, dedicated to serving the low-income and homeless populations. If you'd like to learn how you can volunteer or otherwise find out more about Dorcas, please call 541-476-2052. That's 541-476-2052.
That's right. And just another reminder, there's Dorcas. We have one next door here in Grants Pass. Almost every community has a Dorcas, or some opportunity for you to serve other people.
Yeah. If it has a Seventh-day Adventist church chances are it has a Dorcas.
That's right.
Okay.
So let's take a moment and we're going to do a little bit of reviewing of just what's going on in the world around us from a Christian lens. What are we going to be talking about today?
Today we are looking at the 39th President of the United States, Jimmy Carter. His grandson said the former president is coming to the end. Jimmy Carter is the oldest living president in history. He was born October 4, 1924. If he lives to October 24, he'll be 100 years old this year.
Right.
He has survived brain cancer, liver cancer, health scares, including brain surgery. He entered hospice in February of 2023. I think in many ways, President Carter is more highly regarded today than, let's say, he was in 1980.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good reminder. Politics can be really challenging, especially these days. And I think it's really important that as Christians and as just people, as humans, that we need to step back and remember that everybody is a brother or sister in Christ. They are a child of God. And if we use that as our lens, then hopefully we can just treat people a little bit more like Christ treats us.
Amen. Amen. Again, a human being, right? Highly loved by his Creator. Not perfect, but who of us is perfect? But he's at the end of his life, and so, just a way to honor him. A Navy man, family man, farmer, senator, governor, president, Christian. And Jimmy Carter once said, like music and art, love of nature is a common language that can transcend political or social boundaries. Sounds like he loved nature.
Yes. And nature makes me think of health. And so we're going to spend a few minutes talking about health. And do you like to cook? I'm not a great cook. I do love to bake, but I love good food. And we have something special today we're going to share.
We do. We have Karen Breyer. Karen started these cooking classes for her dad, and so her class is aptly named Cooking for Dad. And we're going to bring Karen along with us and just see what she has to show us from time to time. It could be a main dish or a dessert, but let's check in with her right now.
Hello, and welcome to Cooking Lessons for Dad. My name is Karen Breyer, and today we are going to make a super easy oatmeal banana cookie. There's only 2 ingredients, that is bananas and oats. So we'll also need some cooking spray for the pan. So this is a delicious recipe, and if you're skeptical, I was too, but you'll see. All right, so first thing that we need to do is preheat the oven, which I already did. I preheated it to 350 degrees, so it's ready to go. The next thing, we need to spray our pan with cooking spray. And then now we're going to mash our bananas. I already partly mashed them, getting them in the measuring cup. So we got 1 cup of bananas. It's easy to measure, smash them with a fork. And you need ripe bananas for this. Ones that have brown spots, so they've begun to soften and the sugars are developing, so they'll be very sweet. Get all the lumps out. Okay, so they're all mashed up. We need 1 cup of old-fashioned oats. Not the quick oats, but the old-fashioned kind. So you can see these are very healthy too. So when I get craving for sweets and I've had enough sweets already, these are a good choice. Okay. So we're just going to mix the bananas and the oats together. And you can add additional ingredients if you would like. This is the time to add them after you get the oats stirred in. You could also stir in, if you don't want it as healthy, you could put some chocolate chips, there's nuts, raisins, craisins. I put a little dash of salt. It's up to you if you want to. Vanilla. I'm sure you can think of other things, but try it plain first, see how you like it. I bet you'll like it plain. Okay, so now we're going to drop by tablespoons on a cookie sheet. And you can make the cookies really whatever size that you would like. So just like that. Smaller cookies will cook faster. Larger ones will take longer, so keep that in mind. Okay, so we have 12 cookies. Just added 1 cup of oats and 1 cup of banana. So even if you ate all these, the damage wouldn't be bad at all. Okay. So another thing, if you want flatter cookies, you could smash them. We'll smash a few. Actually, we should probably smash all of them because they're going to cook differently. Anyways, I usually leave them around, but we'll have them like that. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to put them in the oven at 350 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes, or until they start becoming a golden brown color, really pretty. You'll be able to tell they look perfect and you'll take them out. Okay, we'll put them in the oven next. Okay, so we're putting them in the oven, and we'll check them in about 12 minutes and I'll see if they're starting to get brown yet. Okay, so I've already checked these cookies twice and they weren't golden brown yet, so I added like 5 more minutes twice. So it's been 20 minutes. They're just starting to brown. I like them a little bit more brown, so I'm going to actually do them like 3 more minutes, okay? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and check the cookies again, and now they're looking really good. You can see that they're starting to get golden, and that's the way I like them. You might like them cooked less. But anyways, let's go try them. Okay, here's our delicious oatmeal banana cookies. Let's try them. They took a little longer than usual. It might be, I'm not sure why. Maybe they're bigger than the ones I made before. So just time them till they're golden how you like them. They smell so good you wouldn't believe. And it is hard to imagine that there's only 2 ingredients in these cookies. Although you could put more. You know, sneak a few chocolate chips or raisins or nuts. Anyways, here you have it. 2 ingredient oatmeal banana cookies. So delicious, so easy, so healthy. You can eat them anytime and not feel guilty, and I'm going to have one right now.
We'd like to talk about some of the other programs we're doing right now. Lots of change. Here we have the new LED wall. We're launching Better Life Today with this program.
Yeah.
We've been recording Better Life Conversations. I think we've done 7 or 8 episodes of that already. What are some of the other programs that we're running right now?
Well, of course, close to my heart, Women in the Word. Topics have ranged from addiction to answered prayer. We've studied the life of Joseph. We've looked at the women in the lineage of Jesus, just all kinds of topics.
And I had mentioned Better Life Conversations. So Better Life Conversations is basically what we're calling, I don't know if it's a rebranding, it's just where we're sitting down and visiting with guests.
Yeah.
That is now under the envelope of Better Life Conversations, and just really excited to be able to continue having those opportunities to talk with people in ministry that are sharing their experiences, whatever they might be.
Yeah, we recently, on those conversations, spoke with Laren Cole.
That's right.
You may know Laren from the Seventh-day Beaver. If you do not, check that out on YouTube. Laren Cole, Seventh-day Beaver. But he came back on several episodes of other animals in nature that keep the Sabbath.
That's right.
Just amazing.
That's right. And we want to hear from you. We have the opportunity. I believe the email address is today@betterlifetv.tv.
Yes.
What experiences are you having? Do you have experiences that echo what we're talking about on set? Do you have another perspective? You know, we get to tackle lots of different conversations on our programs, and some of them you may have a critique on it, and we'd like to hear. We want these to spur actual conversations. It's just an opportunity to talk more and see things from different perspectives.
Yep. Well, we also feature Simple Truth Sabbath School, which follows the Seventh-day Adventist Adult Study Guide. And if you don't have a study guide, you can pick one up at your local Seventh-day Adventist church. You can follow along at ssnet.org. You can also purchase a guide at the Adventist Book Center online. This quarter, we are into the book of Mark. That's going to be amazing.
It's going to be a great study.
Yep.
All right. Catching the Light is one of my favorite programs. That's hosted by Pastor Kip Bradford. And we have just wrapped up our study of the book of Matthew. And that has been a long study. You know, you never know what you're going to get when you go into a Bible study with Pastor Kip. But I for one, come away just feeling so enriched and being able to look at these verses through a little bit different lens. It's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, totally unscripted, he often says. Lots of laughter, and then getting into God's Word.
That's right.
It's a great program. Well, we feature pastors Ken Cox, Mark Finley, John Bradshaw, Doug Batchelor, many others. We have actor Hal Holbrook and The Seventh Day, one of my favorite programs. A variety of cooking and exercise programs. You can check out our complete lineup at betterlifetv.tv. Click resources and then click program guides.
That's right. And one of the beauties of being an independent ministry is we have the opportunity to hear back from you. What are some of the programs you would like to see more of? Maybe there's something you'd like to see less of. We actually have 4 channels here at Better Life Today. Unless you're watching it on cable and satellite, if you're looking at it over the air or online, we have our main channel, Better Life Television, but we also have a nature channel that is a favorite to so many. I know my mom tells me that when she's working around the house, she has the nature channel just playing in the background. Wonderful nature scenes with just beautiful music.
Yeah.
We also have a Spanish channel. And I think currently that's primarily through ABN programming.
Okay.
And then what's our third channel?
Our third channel is our health channel.
That's right.
And lots of good information on the health channel, from recipes to things you can do and not do to
That's
prevent
right.
disease and illness.
That's right. So a lot of variety there. If you are watching it online or via Roku or some of our apps, that is all on demand. So that makes it really easy to go find programs that you want to look at.
Yep. You know, you mentioned the Nature Channel. I belong to a group of Bunko ladies. Are you familiar with Bunko?
I'm not sure I am, because the history of the word bunco is kind of interesting. It actually has some questionable elements, but I'm guessing that's not what you're talking about.
No. It's a dice game.
Okay.
And it's very fast moving, very fast paced. You're changing seats and
Okay.
you're moving around tables. But it's once a month in the home of my friend Cindy. And Cindy will often have the Nature Channel playing in the background. And I remember once a lady commenting, "Man, this is the nicest channel. What is this channel?" And she said, "You know, I'm not sure. It's just a great channel I found." And I listened to the conversation. Then I finally add, "That's Better Life TV's
That's right.
Nature Channel." I took a phone call that I wanted to share, and we hope to do that often. Share your phone calls and your comments. But this phone call, this gal said, "Just found your Connections video for Q1 with Charlie Oliver." She said, "Really enjoyed it." She also stated that she is loving the shorts that we have been featuring, and that's really been fun to do those. Talk about the shorts a little bit. What are they?
So a short is just, it can be like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, just it's a thought. It can be about nature. A lot of times for me, you know, I'm driving, and, you know, it happened to be this morning. You know, I'm driving in, my mind is a little heavy with some issues we're having at one of our tower sites, and unprompted was your word is a lamp unto my feet. And so we just share little encouragement or little things that are impacting our lives that we wanted to share with others.
Why don't we share a short right now?
Okay.
All right.
Let's
here
do
we
it.
go.
Now, I'm not a big fan of certain things. Well, you know, if you're drowning, there's a thought. If you're drowning and you don't realize that you're drowning, are you still drowning? Yeah. So we have to come to terms with who we are and where we stand. And, you know, Scripture tells us here in Romans 5, it says, "But God demonstrated His own love toward us." I love that word, toward us. That's a little different than He has love for us. Because to me it sounds like it has direction and purpose and action.
Before we part ways, we just wanted to invite you to become more involved with us.
That's right. Whether you're facing challenges or you need prayer or you're celebrating a victory, we'd love to be involved in that.
That's right. And the way we do that, you can call us anytime, of course, but we also have that email address set up. It's today@betterlifetv.tv, and we just want to hear from you. One of the blessings we're given as followers of Jesus is to share what's going on in our lives, a challenge, a victory. In fact, in worship this morning, our worship talked about that our weakness, God uses that. His strength is revealed in our weakness. And when we're willing to share our testimony, we don't know how that might encourage somebody
Amen.
else.
Amen. Be bold. Submit your answered prayers, comments, and kudos to Better Life Today, P.O. Box 766. That's Grants Pass, Oregon 97528. We also have a brand new feature, a new phone line specifically for the purpose of leaving a recorded message that we can play back on air. So if you call this number, you call with the knowledge that your voice may be used on air. 541-237-5025. That's 541-237-5025. Answered prayers, comments, and kudos.
This program is intended to give you the opportunity to engage more fully with us. It's our way to be connecting with our community in a way that we really have not been able to before, sharing our stories, sharing your stories.
And we feel so blessed to be able to sit here and connect with you on a daily basis. So send us your cards, your letters, your comments, your kudos, your prayer requests. Again, that phone number one last time, 541-237-5025. Until next time, may God richly bless you, guard and protect you.